What's going down, everybody? It's your boy Big Drewski, and welcome to another edition of Space Bucket Growing with Drewski. This week's episode of Space Bucket Growing with Drewski is brought to you by Mostly Safe Micro Grow. If you want to grow cannabis, Space Buckets are your path to success, and Mostly Safe Micro Grow makes that path even easier. Head over to mostlysafe8.com for artisan space buckets and how-to guides, or check them out on Etsy. Mostly Safe Micro Grow, grow your own. So what's going on, everybody? You know who this is, man, and you know what time it is. I'm over here smoking on this bomb shatter right now. About to get into this grow process with y'all. Another update podcast, little grow diary here at Tinkerbells Revenge, and how I'm trying to manipulate this clone into giving me more than 2 ounces. And with that being said, I'm kind of upset right now because one of these frail ass fucking bud sites just broke off on me like a little hoe ass nigga and shit. Like, dead serious. And sorry, I talk kind of wild if y'all haven't guessed this by now already. If you tuning in kind of late. If you haven't seen me on What Are We Doing _podcast that got shut down by the Insta haters, or if you've seen me just kind of spent my rants out here, I'm kind of mad about that. The reason why, I didn't know that my clone was going to be a little bit frailer than the mother plant. You know what I'm saying? That mother plant, when you get it from seed to where you need to grow it, like, even the site I cut off was hard and it was already woody and had that wood feel to it. So I mean, you would figure the colas would, you know, once they got done manipulating and bending and stretching to where they need to be at, or not even done when they're in the process, they'd be a little bit thicker and harder than what they are. But I tried to move one cola in the scrog and tried to manipulate it to where I could bend it under, and then it would pull up and everything was nice. Everything else nice and soft, everything just clipped right off, and I'm kind of upset about that. But I took it off, dipped it in my little cloning powder here, and I popped her in DOS cloner as of tonight. So what's today's date? It's 1:34 in the morning. February 25th, I've got another Tinkerbells Revenge clone going. I'm not mad at that. So, it's just something I've noticed, though. Something I noticed is that this plant's skeletal structure just isn't as strong as it was from seed. And now knowing that clones are a little bit weaker than their mother counterpart, I'm not too upset at that. I just have to be a little bit weary on how this manipulation goes when it comes to using a scrog. So that's one of those things that I've noticed. Another thing that I've noticed while using the scrog setup is that all the growth that I have in that plant is damn near even. And that's something like I'm loving that right now. That even growth, except for like, there's the one that broke. The one that broke had to be the one that was stretching out hella fucking high and shit, overtowering everything, while I could just manipulate everything else in the scrog, move it, bend it. It's over here hitting the walls of the scrog and coming up through the netting. Like, all that kind of shit. But no, the one that wanted to stretch up high to the sky and say, hey, pick me, had to be the bitch that broke. Motherfucker. But on to me growing cannabis. So, using the Jabberwocky and the additional 100-watt light spacer, along with the UFO LED lamp that I have on the Jabberwocky, you know, I just thought that 280 watts of light would really make this plant stronger than what it is. And remember the last podcast I was telling you guys about my watering schedule. And now, yes, I will have to water more often because I go till dry. Like, I'm looking at that soil, I'm feeling it, and that soil is dry. All this water has been soaked up by this plant. But I only use a half a gallon of water per 3-gallon smart pot inside the space bucket because of absorption rate and runoff. If you think about it, in this space bucket, that 3-gallon smart pot's going to touch every wall. So when you feed your plant, it's all soil. It's getting absorbed right into that soil, and then you'll have a little bit of runoff, and you only want, 20% runoff? And to me, 20% is a lot of water. That's 80% water, 20%. But I go for 10% because I'm doing a half gallon, and I get that maybe. I'm doing like 5% runoff, and I'm doing that on purpose. I'm max newt feeding, less water, and I'm watering more. Like I said, I'm gonna have to water more often, but then that means I'm newt feeding more often because I don't want to flush it all out either. But like tonight was a water feed night. Then not the night before that, the other night. So every other night, I'm feeding this plant either water or nutrients. So it's like feed, rest, water, rest, feed. So it's like feeding twice a week. And it's not bad. That's not bad at all. Twice a week. But max newts, less water, less runoff, more absorption rate. I thought there would be more nutrients going towards the plant. The only thing I've noticed is I have way more bud sites. If you're following me on Instagram at Elevated Media LLC, we had to change our name. You'll see that I've pretty much got a full canopy. I have no Christmas tree formed buds coming off of this baby, or tree shape. This one's going to be a micro grow. It's going to get taller, especially when I flip to flower. My thing is, I don't know how much taller, and I don't know how much taller this thing's going to get. I still have to wait on a couple of things that I've remanipulated in there, in the space bucket, moving around a couple of the taller limbs and manipulating them through the scrog and then back up to where that they're going to pull up towards the light and then and continue to grow. So the goal is wait at least another 2 weeks. And I know I'm pushing it. It's the 25th. I'm March. That means I'll have a June harvest. That'd be right before the summertime. It'll be getting hot, but not hot enough. And we should be, have a nice mature plant. So I'm really taking advantage of this whole micro grow thing because I don't want to see how tall I can get now. Now that I know about low stress training, I've dealt with topping. I'm doing all of this, and now that my cultivator hands are getting a little greener in the thumbs, the next P47 that I'm going to grow is getting a full scrog treatment. It's going to have less light, 235 watts versus 280 in total, but hopefully I'll be able to get somebody a nice clone of Tinkerbells Revenge so they can go from clone and have to deal with that little frail ass plant. I don't know what to do about it. It's kind of weird. Like I said, I'm waiting to see what the results are on it and see what the grow is, and kind of go harder on this one. I want to, if I don't give anybody this clone, I'm gonna go full solo cup on it, and cocoa cure after roots. Actually, I can't even do the whole cocoa thing after it's rooted. I just gotta put it in soil. So I'm just solo cup it. I'm a solo cup challenge myself. I know it's late, but I'm a solo cup challenge myself to growing a single thing out of a solo cup to see if I can even do it. That'll be pretty dope. But yeah, that's the one thing I've noticed, you guys. And I know I'm going on. It's got to be this shatter. It's got to be mad sativa, and I'm loving it. I'm about to take another hit right now. Man, I'm telling you, this is some really good shit. Shout out to the homies showing me some love. I love it. Another thing I want to get with you guys on is we've got a nice fan base and a core following, and I appreciate and love every one of y'all. And I want you guys to, after you like and subscribe to the podcast, what I want you guys to do is head over to Facebook, and you're going to look up the Space Bucket Micro Grow group on Facebook. That's the Space Bucket Micro Grow group on Facebook. I am one of the admins on this in this group, and it's a really, really cool and fun community of bucketeers who either build or have purchased a space bucket from Rainman Micro or mostlysafe8.com, and we just, everybody talks about their builds. There's no negativity, there's no hate. It's like all love. Everybody's excited to see everybody's builds, old, new. If you've been experimenting with it for a while, we post grow pics, space bucket pics, and updates. Ask questions, answer questions. It's a full-blown community, and you guys are all welcome. Anybody who's listening to this podcast and you guys want to get in on growing a space bucket. And remember, a space bucket does not have to be just a 5-gallon bucket. You can do these things out of the brute tubs. You can do it out of the 10, 15-gallon bucket and just make your own concoction. You do not have to stick to the 5-gallon, 12-inch footprint for a space bucket. It just, that 12-inch footprint makes it a micro grow. That's the only important thing about that. But guys, come in, man. Join in, have some fun, talk space buckets. I love seeing pics, and I love seeing that almost on a daily basis we have people joining in and wanting to see and learn about space bucket micro growing. So, thanks for coming in and joining in on that. So Space Bucket Micro Grows on Facebook. Like and subscribe to the podcast. Have fun, live life, don't do anything crazy, grow cannabis, use organic nutrients. That's another thing I want to get on you guys. I know there's some nutrients out there and they're like partially synthetic. I don't get partially synthetic nutrients. I like the organic nutrients that I do use in my nutrient setup, even though they're separately bottled nutrients. They're organic, as in if you could and knew what you were doing, you could probably redo this. So, all organic. It's got to go that way. Don't get like bud denseners and all that stuff in liquid form. It's like adding GMO to your weed, man. get good lighting, great lighting, get a good medium to start your journey. Make sure you got a clean, sterile environment. You ain't got no bugs flying around and all that crazy mess. But it's all about your lighting, man. Don't go with HPS, even though a lot of people do still. I am an LED fanatic. Seeing as my clones run off of an LED circle. Both my space buckets run off of LEDs. And I do the whole wattage from jump. I'm not skimping on light. There's white light and there's red, blue, infrared in there. So I'm not sparing any light to get blasted on the plant as it should. I want that plant to grow up nice, strong, healthy, dense, fat nugs on there. You know what I'm saying? Premium smoke. I want that 25% THC to come out this bitch. You know what I'm talking about? So, invest in really good lighting. The reason why I say that, this is the third run in that light schedule 18/6 then 12/12 on a timer, so it's on. Fans still running, LED light spacer still working, except for on my first one. The actual adapter block is dead. I don't know. The lights still work. Like if I use the other light spacer, the lights still work. But other than that, that block's dead. But the UFO LED lamps still working and producing some superior bud. You know what I'm talking about? Like everybody who I have asked to sample Tinkerbells Revenge with me and, share the cone, because, rolling blunts, that's my partner's thing. I'm a cone stuffer. I like stuffing cones, and I stuff cones of Tinkerbell's Revenge, and I feel like the happiest man on earth. I'm telling you. And in an edible form, it's even better. I'm telling you. But, get yourself a Jabberwocky, a smart 3-gallon cloth smart pot, organic soil, perlite, and the Jabberwocky setup. Even get yourself, there's another model at mostlysafe8.com that has the upgraded lighting and upgraded fan options. I want that puppy next, CJ. I want that fan option. That's the only thing I want. I don't care about the lights. I got plenty of light, and I'm loving what I got. I don't need no light upgrades. The only light upgrade I might do on my own is cob lighting. We're going to talk about that in a second. But, going Scrog setup, all that. Get one. If you've even questioned the fact that you don't think this could work, get one for yourself. Start from seed. Do your normal grow regimen if you're already growing cannabis. And I swear to you not, you're going to learn more in this single hand-to-hand cannabis grow, this micro grow, than you are on your other plants. Now, you have learned so much dealing with the other plants because problems spread, and you got to fix all the problems before you can go on. So if you've had mites and bugs and mold and all kinds of weird stuff happen to your plant, you've probably had more than one, and you have to fix it all. So you have all that knowledge. But I'm telling you, in this nice sterile environment called your space bucket, I guarantee you will not have that problem. and you get to focus more on low stress training. You get to focus more on a green, the scrog setup training. So low stress training. You can, you can experiment with manipulation of the plant to get the most out of it. And it's going to cost you a little bit of money. Not too much. I'm telling you, the investment's worth it. What was it? MostlySafe8.com has these up for, let me go to the link. I gotta go to the Etsy store. So for $249.99, included is your main bucket, your fans, power array, the timer, UFO LED, scrogs, and spacers. Everything you need to successfully complete a micro grow. Like everything you need. And then, oh, I just saw that too. It's on the website. So if you get the Space Bucket fan spacer, and it comes with the light shroud that was inspired by us. Super dope. Haha. So, you guys, Space Bucket fan spacer upgrade. Space Bucket micro grow on Etsy. It's $99.99. It's 2 spacer setup. Fan mount. 220 CFM fan. And light shroud inspired by Elevated Lifestyle. $99.99. It gives you that extra fan that you would need for your heating issues that you might have in your Space Bucket, especially if you're running with upgraded lighting. The next thing I do want to get from them, though, is their carbon filter upgrade. That's the next thing I want to get, is the carbon filter upgrade. Yeah, I can make that work in the setup. I'm gonna need 2 of them. No, I just need 1. I can make that work because I can split the ducting and then add that to the other Space Bucket. But I need another AC block. I need the fan. I need that carbon filter upgrade. And I need another scrog. And I'll be out. Boy, I'll be running all day. That right there, I'll make my setup and I'll have that run all day. I just got to go to the store now and I got to get one of those flat pans instead of using this tub so I can actually set up both Space Buckets. That's the problem with how I have my setup going right now. I can't set them up. But, you guys, discreet indoor micro growing, $250. Get yourself set up on a great investment. I'm telling you, I have 2 of them. I have 2 Space Buckets and a cloner. It tells you how serious I am about growing my own weed. And if you are patient like I am, 4 months. And check this out. No, Space Bucket growing is perfect for people who grow autos. Think about it. 12-inch footprint. 2 ounces plus per plant. 2-month turnout. It's an ounce a month. What the hell are you waiting on? Get auto seeds, grow in a Space Bucket. And use advanced training techniques. Use low stress training. Manipulate the plant. Get it as big as you can. And you'll probably get more than 2 ounces. Like 2.5, 3, 4. Just, nutrients. And lighting. Nutrients, lighting. I think those are the most important things when it comes to micro growing and getting the most you can out of your plant. Nutrients, lighting. As long as you got nutrients and lighting and your temperature control in check, you're fine. Don't worry about shit else. Like dead motherfucking serious. Don't worry about shit else. Water, feed. You barely have to defoliate if you want to. I'm kind of confused on where to defoliate, so I'm not going to defoliate on this plant. and that gives me another reason to save up for cannabis. Cause I'm gonna roll my own, motherfucker. Actually, no. I'm gonna talk to some people that I know in the cannabis community, or want to get to know in the cannabis community on a more business and, you know what I'm saying, professional fun level, that are experts in the matter. We talked about that on the Drewski and Stacks podcast. LV Cannagars and Red Eye Glass. So I want to get a hold of them, see what that game's about, see what the process is, you know what I'm saying, probably get a mold out of them, or learn how to get one, you know what I'm saying, buy one from them, you know what I'm saying, they got a website, whatever, whatnot. And, or I want to get a Canagar from Hardin that's one of theirs, so I can actually see what the retail market price is on that. And then once I talk to them, find out, you know what I'm saying, what the breakdown is on that for real, for real. We did speak about it on the podcast, but I do want to get them on here. So, if you guys are listening, LV Cannagars and Red Eyes Glass, you guys are listening, I really want to talk Cannagars with you. So, that'd be something. That'd be cool. This is Space Bucket Growing with Drewski, you guys. Thanks for tuning in. It's been a wild one. We've learned that clones are frail. Micro growing is cool, and it's easy to do. And, yeah, that's life. You guys, make sure you like and subscribe this podcast. You know what I'm saying? Follow us on Instagram, Elevated Media LLC. Make sure if you're listening to this on YouTube, you like and subscribe to the channel. It's the Elevated Lifestyle channel on YouTube, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, all the social media platforms. Like your favorite content, and make sure you tell a friend to subscribe if they already haven't. This is Space Bucket Growing with Drewski. I'm out.
I couldn't wait till I blazed up. I couldn't wait till I raised up. Couldn't wait to get my weight up. Tired of waiting, so I stayed up. And my dogs ratchet, trapping, pistol packing, wrap it up until you make some. I was milking niggas trying to shake some. I be dripping bitches trying to take from me. Don't forget about it, gotta be on top of profit. Plus I know you want $1 diamonds on my wifey body. Teddy, so forget about it. Fucking niggas for the wallet. Hundreds in my robbers, it'll make your hoe forget about shit. Shit, I got the power swerving in the bigger body. Wanna rob, forget about it. Poppin' nigga out of pocket, grab a pistol, flashing nigga like a picture off the Insta for my niggas. Not yours, forget about it. My high rollin' niggas, they be Charlie whopping. Niggas got me clowning, thought I popped the molly. Hoes like calm down, man, forget about it. I'm getting live cause I'm getting profit. Cocaine, jag, white walls, got the tires popping. Before that, I been had the thotties watching. Everything I do is unforgettable. So how the hell you gon' forget about me?
You done forgot. I for that serve and pop. Don't be something you not. Cause you done forgot. And don't you forget it. 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 Ay, I'm for the streets. How do I pause to eat? Don't get close to me. I make it dog go. And don't you forget it. And don't you forget it. And don't you forget it. And don't you forget it.
Yo, if it ain't no profit, forget about it. Get in my pockets, forget about it. That shit that you poppin', I been about it. I flip and I cop, then forget about it. Who got the keys, forget about it. She hoeing for me or forget about it. You a broke nigga, that's a sitting target. Bet these bullets hit you right before you park it. Ain't no cops coming, forget about it. You plotting something? No pussy nigga come up out the closet. You a fucking moolie, take your mama hostage. We'll mail you the finger, forget about it. Bitch, you ain't gonna do shit about it. Yeah, I graduated, did a little college, did it help me any? Forget about it. The business is booming, forget about it. If that money right, we don't trip about it. If you come short, then we kicking houses and we killing family. Yeah, we kill your spouses. Either this your bitch or forget about it. Is you with the shit or forget about it? Cause we killing shit on gorilla shit in this game, trying to get a mill up out it like.
You done forgot. I for that serve and pop. Don't be something you not. cause you didn't forget. And don't you forget it. And don't you forget it, get it. And don't you forget it. And don't you forget it.